Channel analytics. Current subscriber. Oh, shit.
What?
The video just reached 304.
Damn.
It's trending again.
Ooh.
So in the past 5 minutes, it went up by 40 views.
While we were just sitting there rambling.
Right.
Isn't that nice?
But think about it. That's just an indicator of the work we previously put in.
Of course. It wasn't just, something that just randomly happened, randomly transpired. We just randomly got that shit.
Fell from the sky. Channel analytics. Current subscribers. 102. So we're officially in the 100s club.
Yeah.
Plus 41 subscribers in the last 28 days, which is 116% more than the previous 28 days. We've had a total of 27.7 thousand views.
27.7
thousand views in the past 28 days, which is 26.3 thousand more than usual. On top of that, Austin, we've had a watch time of 146.6 hours, which is 128.6 more than usual within the past 28 days. All this to say that the hard work we've been putting in is yielding results. And not only that, exponential results.
Now, though this is something that we're reading right now, this is not something that this is our first time looking at this. You know why this is not our first time looking at this? Because we care. We care about how to make this platform better, not only for us, but for you, our viewership. And we care about making, progress on how much content we can get out there, the quality of the content, and how many people that we can reach. So we are pretty obsessive over making sure that we're growing when it comes to the viewership, when it comes to the different types of videos that we're putting out to our channel, when we're trying to make sure that the fuck is that? What is that?
Oh, sorry. That's the video that's getting us subscribers right now.
Oh,
I'm doing a little bit of market
research.
I had to interrupt. I'm sorry, because it was so important to do that market research. But please continue on your dialogue.
Well, in that case, since we brought that up, let's go ahead and give a little bit of context into that, because I think it's so important to do market research when you're trying to dial in whatever it is your product is and trying to make sure that you grow as a business. Because you can have a company, you can have a business, you can have a product. You can put it out to the world, but the hardest thing is taking it from one to multiple, taking it from one customer to multiple, taking it from $1 in revenue to thousands to millions of dollars in revenue. And the way that we have gained some insight and gained some knowledge and also gained some viewership and likes, subscribers, all of that is through market research. And this is something that Jose and I have been very intentional about doing on a day-to-day basis. So I wanted to ask you, should you care? Well, actually, how
Let me
about
ask
this?
you that.
Yeah, hold on. Let me ask you this. What is product marketing fit? How about that?
Sorry. It should be product and market fit. Bandwidth. Quite literally. PMF, product market fit, which we actually have an entire episode dedicated to product market fit. Now, I don't know what number it is. I'm pretty sure it's in the 20s because that's when I was reading Ryan Holiday's Growth Hacker Marketing. If you haven't already read that, that is a good book. I don't know if it's called product marketing.
Nah, you were close though. You were close.
What's it called?
Guess the number. If you were close,
30?
it's not that. Yeah.
Like 30 flat?
Yeah. You're good though. You're good.
I don't even know how that works. Well, I guess when you do the amount of Because what's interesting about market research also includes researching your own product.
Right.
So when you do this amount of research on your own product, you learn a thing or two. Now, anyways, product market fit, how we described it in the past was very simple. You can have a great product, and if you place it in the wrong market, you get absolute and utter disaster and failure. Whereas if you have the wrong product in the wrong market, you're doubly screwed. However, a true product market fit is where the product fits so well into the market that you don't even have to market your product. It markets itself. You have people jumping at you and asking you to buy it. Hey, I want this. I need this. An example of that is water. Put yourself in the desert and start selling bottled water. You're going to get rich very quickly. That is a perfect example of product market fit. And product market fit is so essential because I think it's roughly 90% of startups fail within the first year because of product market fit. They got so excited over their idea. They were hyper ecstatic. They got all the venture capitalists on board. They got all the money, and then they realized, nobody actually wants this. But I thought it was a good product. And without a doubt, it was. Right. But nobody wanted it. But I'll tell you what, Austin, I think your competitors always have a good idea, which makes me wonder, should you care about what your competitors are doing?
Fuck no, I'm just joking. If you think that way, you're wrong and you're naive. And you can come at me in the comments all you want. You should most definitely think about what your competitors are doing, because that is something that we have utilized to make us better, to be honest with you. Because let's talk about it this way. If you see someone doing something well, you want to have a shoe brand and you look at Nike and you see that they're doing all this shit well. Why would you not look at what they're doing and say, hey, what can I utilize from what they're doing and implement it into what I have? So, in my opinion, I believe that you should always look at what your competitors are doing, because you can look at their successes and you can look at their failures, and you can learn things from both. You can learn the things that they're doing well and say, hey, how can I apply this to my business? And you can also look at the things that they're not doing well and say, okay, look, this is where they have shortcomings. How can I use this piece of what they're doing wrong and make it the thing in my business that I do well as the things that they do well? So that way, look, instead of having one thing that they're doing well and another thing they're doing wrong, you have two things that you do at a very high level, which would make people want to come to you as opposed to them. So that is why, in my opinion, that you should always look at what your competitors are doing and monitor what they're doing to see, how the market is, and also to see what you can learn from them, whether it's from their successes or from their failures. But Jose, I have another question for you.
Yes, sir.
So, is it okay to copy, paste your products, services, or ideas?
Yes, it is.
Why is that?
It is. And I know that's it sounds like it's a bad thing to copy, paste, and offer your product or service. But let me tell you one thing. It's not the first who did it, it's the best who's ever done it. Nothing you ever come up with will truly be original. And if it works, why change it? If the shoe fits, why won't you wear it? Why reinvent the wheel when the wheel already exists, and to this day, we drive cars? You're regressing, not progressing. There's a lot of time that can go into developing a new product. And without a doubt, it's a worthwhile journey. It is a worthwhile experience. And it is something that you get to be proud of. It is your child, it is your baby, and it is an investment that you take great pride in. However, We are not living in an age where being an artisan is what will take you and make you bountiful. We're living in the quite opposite, where being the fastest, most effective, and lethal person within your realm or domain is going to yield you the highest return. Now, if you want to be an artisan, that's phenomenal. If you want to be an artist, that's phenomenal. If you want to be somebody who designs something new, that's phenomenal. If you want to be an inventor, that's phenomenal. And I am envious of you and your abilities and your patience. And I do think that you are very, very, very skilled and talented, and I wish you the best of success in your endeavors. But I do know one thing. Your journey is going to be riddled with unnecessary difficulties. And you can do multiple things simultaneously and still yield the benefits of both. However, copy and pasting a product, service, or an idea that already works and adding an original twist to it or improving it is almost always the best bet in today's day and age. Now, Robert Greene would beg to differ because everybody's unique and everybody's beautiful. And that is true, which is why I say do two things at once. Build something on your own and use something that works. For example, work a 9 to 5, pay your living expenses, take care of your parents, take care of your children, and build your empire on the side at the same time, so that one day you can turn in your badge to that 9 to 5 and you can don the purple of your empire, because you still need to make sustenance and you still need to make a living. And I say all of that because I don't want you to think that either one of them is an unworthy endeavor and that you should be ashamed of either one of them. But I want you to understand that it's very difficult to do just one or the other, because one is fulfilling and the other is not. But one provides you with sustenance and the other one does not. So you got to find a way to marry them both and then divorce one in the end. Austin.
Yes, sir.
Is utilizing something you've found in market research ethical?
So a lot of people might think, if I look at my competitor and I take what they have going on, you're a thief, you're not authentic, whatever. Now, I'm not saying to
yes,
take...
and I'm a good thief.
Well, there you go. I'm not saying that you should take what they have verbatim and word for word, pixel for pixel, all that shit. I'm not saying that. However, I think that you are well within your rights, and I'm sorry, it might come off me. You're dumb if you don't take a little bit of what your competitors are doing and utilize it for your business, because we're not all knowing. Especially in this realm of entrepreneurship and business, you don't know what you don't know. So you're out here trying to figure shit out, right? You're out here trying to figure out what works. You're trying to figure out what marketing works. You're trying to figure out how to package your products, how to quickly get them shipped. You're also trying to figure out the best recipe for your products. You're trying to figure out all this stuff, right? That takes a lot of time. And even if you do come to a conclusion of how you want something to look or how you want something to taste, feel, whatever, and you put it out to the world, they might hate it still. So if there was a way that you could potentially bypass some of that by utilizing some of the strategies that the people who have done it before you or who are doing it well are doing, do it. However, you put your spin on it and you make it good for your product. So there have been plenty of things that we have seen our competitors doing. And when we say competitors, we're not coming from a negative standpoint and saying, hey, look, we hate them or whatever like that. No, they're just doing the same thing as us. So anybody who's doing the same thing as you in whatever field that you're operating in, I'm sorry, they're a competitor, because they're trying to get that same pool of people, that same dollar. They're trying to get that same audience, that same viewership that you're getting. So they're a competitor. So we've looked at some of the things that our competitors have done, and are doing and said, hey, look, we like how they're utilizing that. We realize that they use this. We realize that they put their, they make their captions like this. We realize that they have certain things in their videos that might grab attention as opposed to having just a static, frame the whole time, all this stuff. So we're like, hey, we realize that they're doing this well. Let's do this for our podcast. Let's do this for our business. Let's do this for our product. And is that stealing? In my opinion, no. Is it unethical? In my opinion, no. Because we're not saying, hey, look, we're coming out with the same exact product and we're labeling it the same way that they label it. We're having the same name, all that shit. No, we already have our product. We have what we are building. We have the topics that we want to cover and how we talk about things. We have the specific brand and image that we want to put out. That differs. However, how they present it or how they package it or how they ship it is smart. So we would be dumb not to utilize that if we could. So if you think, hey, look, I'm going to do things completely just specific and, something that has never come out before, and I can't think of the word right now, I don't know why, but if you're trying to come up with a just completely original product or a completely original thing for every single little thing that you're doing with your business or your product, I'm sorry, that's going to be hard to do. And it's going to take a lot of time. If you're trying to, again, reinvent the wheel for every little piece of your product or every little piece of your podcast, what have you, that's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of effort. And again, that shit may not work. So if you don't have the time, which most people don't have the time or the luxury of time to just figure things out, they don't have the money to just sit and blow all the time. They don't have all this shit. You know what you're probably going to have to do? You're probably going to have to go into the market and see what is working so it can expedite the process of you going from not being successful to successful. So in my opinion, you have to do what you have to do. It's not thievery. It's not stealing. It is ethical to look at the market and see what works and apply it for your business. It's smart to do that. So if you think that you're holier than thou to not look at the market and say, hey, look, here's what they're doing right, and I can't utilize it because I don't want to take anything from them. I don't want to utilize any tool or system that they have. Hey, have fun at that. However, it's going to take you a lot longer, and you could be doing this all for naught. So, again, I definitely think that it's something that you should utilize, and it is ethical. So if you're worried about that, don't worry about it. This is how business goes. And that's where the saying, it's business, not personal, comes from. So,
and I do think that you're arrogant if you disregard the market.
Agreed.
Because you think you're above logic and reason. And I think Robert Greene said this. Robert Greene says everything.
Yeah, he's basically, Winston Churchill,
He is the second coming of Winston Churchill. Yeah. He's Robert Churchill.
Yeah.
He's Churchill Robert Greene.
Yeah, all that.
He's Winston Robert Churchill Greene.
The second. Yeah, the second. Yeah. Gotcha.
If you want to set the trend, if you want to rebel, you have to first follow the trend in order to gain traction and attention. You cannot come in and think that you, as your being, are so magical and powerful and strong and influential and genius that you have the right, the power, and the recognition to affect a change.
And I don't think people understand how difficult it is to set a trend in anything. In anything.
They see the top performer set a trend, and then they think, oh, if they can do it, I can do it too.
Exactly.
Are you the top performer? No. When you get there, you can make the change, but you have to pay the price. Do you know what you signed up for?
Yeah. And the crazy part about that is too, to show that we're just not talking about our ass here, we've literally had so many ideas that we just thought that we just came up with out of thin air that We're like, oh yeah, this is for sure. This is gonna work. There's nothing else like it.
We're gonna get rich.
You're gonna get rich right away. We look it up. It's already fucking there.
Damn.
Too late. So if you think that you're just gonna set a trend and that you can come up with a just completely original, brand new idea that nobody else has ever thought of or tried to implement ever, it's probably not going to happen. So what you have to do is just, if you do have something that somebody else has or another product that somebody else has already come up with, you know what you could do? Not saying, hey, you should just quit and not do anything. Here's what you can do. Make it better. And Drake said it just like what you said earlier. It's not about who did it first. It's about who did it better. Exactly. So, you know.
That's exactly where I got it from.
Exactly. So, hey, it's not about who did it first. It's not about who came up with this first. It's not about who came up with this phone first, whatever. It's about who did it better. So if there's a way that you could do it better, go ahead. If there's a way that you could do it better by implementing some of the things that others before you have done and applying it to your new spin on it, there you go. Do it.
You take something and then you just add your character to it, like you said before.
Right.
And that's how you win. Stack enough of those and you win.
Exactly.
The AMCO Podcast.
Signing up.
Mic check. The AM Club Podcast.